Welcome,
There's
ladies
a
and gentlemen.
10-second delay, so you're not gonna interact with me for about 5 more seconds.
Oh,
Now they'll
okay.
interact. Delay 10 seconds. Boom. Here we go. Mwahaha.
Alrighty. Welcome back, gentlemen of old, who have been in this quest as of late in the lands of Taldore. We have the Bare Knuckle Couriers, who are currently in a quest to either find a shiny ring of sorts for a certain someone from a certain shady guild, or potentially go off on their own and look to the numerous cases that are starting to appear of bodies that appear mutilated um, near the sewers. Upon investigation, our team found that they had been scattered, starting slowly on the outside and slowly moving in towards the inner districts. From the outside slums all the way into the Temple District. Last our team did was head off to the military complex to discuss the potential for knowledge transfer. After getting the same information that they got before, they headed off to Gilmer's Glorious Goods. Uh, if I can read my own handwriting, that would be helpful. Looks like they were trying to locate Fabian? Fabius? Fabius?
Last we left off was
Fabius Copperfell.
Yeah.
we were staying. We checked in at an inn for the night.
I think
I
he
don't
was giving the
remember
recap of what happened last time.
Yeah, just trying to give a full recap.
All right.
And then you ended at the inn after Toblin stole a letter. At the Threatened Bow. The Threatened Bow Inn. And
Where we stayed for free.
Mm-hmm.
thanks to a stunning performance from our resident bard, who
And
read a story.
Sound Machine Toblin.
Didn't read a story. I told a story. I told the best story there ever was.
Regaled a tale of epic quests.
That didn't actually happen, but that's fine.
It was so good I don't even remember the name of the beast.
The
Yep.
Beast of Ori.
So, you all had taken a night's rest, and
Whoa, hold up. No.
yeah, that's where we
haven't
ended.
gone to bed yet. I was gonna do stuff in the night. The fuck?
Alright. Alright. Well, you find yourselves at the inn. It is early to late night, so I guess, 5 to 7 o'clock.
To get my thingy. What?
Alright. So, if you wish to do something then and not take the night, what is it you would like to do?
I need to get that goddamn freaking thing from the store. The ring.
Alright.
So you said it was like 8 o'clock,
7, 8 o'clock.
and they closed at 7.
Yep.
Okay.
Weren't we gonna go with...
Come along now. I probably can't do this myself.
I was so ready to go to bed. I'm hanging my head and following.
We're gonna go back to Gilmore's Glorious Goods.
Are you doing this stealthily, or are you just kind of leaving the tavern?
We're just kind of leaving the tavern.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think I need to be stealthy from within the tavern.
It's just more of your team to see if your team notices.
Oh,
Because you're with your team,
yeah.
so it's a question
I mean,
of
I guess.
you can attempt to duck away. Roll a stealth check.
An 11.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Isaac, isn't your passive perception a 12?
Let me double check.
Listen, I would have fooled myself.
My passive perception is 14. Sorry, passive wisdom perception is 14.
That's it's part of wisdom, so.
Okay. Well, yes, then.
So
About
you
right.
so as you're all getting ready to adjourn for the night and reconvene, you kind of watch as your friend Norvar just kind of slips through the crowd, pretending to blend in, and you watch as the door opens, and he makes to leave. You want to do anything?
I look at the bird.
Burr.
Look at the giant. I look at the paladin. Why do I have a feeling he's going to try to steal something?
Wait, so Toblin's not coming with me? That bastard.
No, he's with you.
Okay. So
It's-
then, Ryan, you don't look at the bird. He's not there.
Well, the bird is with you, attempting to leave.
Hmm.
He could see them. So you keep you by the door, look at the door, look at the team, look at the door, look at the team, look at the team, look at the door.
What is going on? Does anybody know?
I have no idea. I need a night's sleep, and I think he does too after telling that story.
Norvar. Sleep, you fool.
I'm already at the door. I don't give a shit.
So you kind of wave them away and continue heading out.
Yep.
Alrighty.
I
So-
have shit to do in the morning. So long as he doesn't get us all in trouble, I don't give a damn.
Hmm.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well,
I agree.
Am I the one who last had the letter? Or I think I was, right?
It was
yes.
either you or Norvar.
Yeah, I think you still have it.
Last I remember, you guys were gonna try and use it to get their hand and forge a document.
Yes, I recall
Oh,
this.
yeah.
So I'm like
Oh, yeah, we needed a forgery kit. That's
Tug-
what it was.
tugging on his arm like Brr! And I pull out the letter and I jam my feathers into it again. Burr, burr, burr.
And where exactly are we going to get a forgery kit?
Olay! Don't. Don't.
Precisely. Now we are going to Gilmore's Glorious Goods to check on how the security is when the store is closed.
Olay?
One second, my computer just auto updated its freaking tired screen or whatever, the go to sleep screen. Almost just disconnected. There we go. Alrighty. So, seemingly avoiding your compatriots, you slip away through the district and head towards Gilmore's Glorious Goods.
Good.
Dun, 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 dun.
few minutes go by, passing through the city. You do see a couple of King's Guard, the arms of Amon walking by. Um, kind of scattered here and there, almost patrol-like. A couple of denizens heading home from a late bit of work. Maybe they were coming from the other side of the districts or coming back from the ports on the far west side of the district. As you round the corner, you locate Gilmore's Glorious Goods, where it was before. How do you wish to approach?
So, when we were in there during the daytime, were there guards outside as well as inside, or were they only inside?
Yep, there was both.
Okay.
There's a couple of guards walking around in the district, as it is a major shopping district.
Mm-hmm.
So there's guards patrolling the streets, seeming like there's a little bit of a pattern. But they kind of have someone pretty much at every corner keeping an eye across, just to protect the interests of the denizens.
But no one's standing, like, right at the door.
Nope, no one's standing directly at the door. You didn't really take too close of a look at what else was inside,
Mm-hmm.
aside from the people there. So that's kind of what you recall.
Okay. Is there an alleyway, like, right next to the building, or...
It's a corner lot, kind of a highly sought after location in the district. Kind of facing a open courtyard where you have small stall vendors here and there, a nice beautiful fountain towards the center of the town square. So it's not quite an alleyway per se. There is a back walkway that's around, but it isn't necessarily well hidden like an alleyway. It's more of, this is where shipments will come in if we need to put it in through the back door, kind of thing.
Right.
But still pretty much seen on both sides.
But I could get to the back of the building if I wanted to.
Yep.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I want to go to the back of the building and scope that out.
Alrighty. So you make your way towards the back side, or the far side of the building, opposite side of the entrance, and take a look around, kind of casually walking. You doing this stealthily, or just kind of walking around?
No, nonchalant. Not really being stealthy about it.
Okay, just kind of walking nonchalant. A couple of guards give you a nod as you pass by. You make it towards the back. Do you want to inspect anything or take a closer look?
Yeah, just I kind of want to see what's back there.
Okay. Are you taking a close look or just a cursory look?
Yeah, I guess I could take a close look.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
An 8.
Well, what you see is a door.
Yep.
It's got a lock on it,
Mm-hmm.
with a keyhole. It's wood with some highly polished, what appears to be iron, working into the door to kind of brace it and give it a little bit of strength, a little bit of flair and design as well, with some, I forget the word for fancy leaf in medieval speech. One more time?
Filigree?
Filigree, there we go. That's the
Oh,
word. So you have beautiful filigree on the door, and around and engraved into the stonework around the door. It's a rounded top door. It's not a square door like most of the ones you've seen. But that's what you see.
What about above? Because Gilmore's Glitter Scope does multiple floors.
It is a one-story building on the outside.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, yeah, I remember that. Okay. I want to see if the back door is locked.
So you're gonna go ahead and try and open the back door?
Yep.
Okay. Stealthily or just trying it out?
Trying it out, nonchalant.
Alright. So you reach over and try and open the door and kind of jiggle the handle a little bit and it doesn't move. It appears to be locked.
All right. Next
That's
thing I
one
wanna
hard
do is-
fucking door.
Next thing I want to do is check for traps, just in case. Do you want me to
All right.
roll a new investigation for that?
Yep.
Oh, much better. 18.
Okay. So you kind of take a step back and glance around the door. Nothing immediately catches your eye as, any kind of traditional trap, but what does kind of catch your eye is there is a faint glow almost around the edges of the door. And some kind of weird symbols that you swore you might have seen before, but I don't know. And then just as you catch it, it kind of fades out of sight.
The glow and the symbols?
Yep.
Boy.
You done fucked up, eh, Ron?
Well, I haven't fucked up because I haven't opened the door yet.
It's about at this point as a guard walks by and kind of sees you lurking around and goes, "Hey, what's your business here?"
I'm sorry, I got a little bit lost. I was just on my way back to my inn.
All right, it's get lost often, friend.
I I grab the ale from out from under my feathers and like slump over on Norvar. Just
Oh, my feathered friend here does get a little lost when he's drunk. And, when you follow a drunk bird, well, you can get a little lost yourself.
Why don't you go ahead and roll a deception check for me with advantage,
Who?
Toblin.
18.
18.
Yeah.
He does appear to be a bit of a strange one, doesn't he? Alright, just... If you ever get lost again, remember, this is the market part of the district. You gotta go left and up 2 streets, across the bridge to the inn district. Keep a closer eye on your friend. There's word of potential thieves about this area. Keep your wits about you and your purse close.
Yes, of course. Sound advice. Thank you, my dear sir. I shall
I'm
be
so happy you're here.
It's nice to meet you too, bird.
Chicken.
You're a chicken. You're a strange looking chicken.
Olay.
Good day. And the officer kind of sheepishly walks away and continues his route.
Alright.
So now the question is, do they get mugged while attempting to rob?
So what do you want to do? You were...
I don't
Oh,
know. I don't know. Guess I'm gonna go back to the inn because there's not much else I can really do here.
Carry me.
Oh, good grief.
All right. So you make your way kind of back down as you half carry, half shoulder walk Doblin, who's getting really into this part of being really drunk, on your way back to the inn.
Once we get to the inn district, I like straighten up and put the bottle away and just like brush my feathers off. Rawr.
As you round the first bridge, you hear a scream. A lady is in terror. Gods, help! Oh no! That's the best I can do since I live in an apartment building.
That's fair.
I open my mouth with the twinkle in my eye that Norvar would know that I'm about to mimic it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Okay.
I was kind of hoping you would stop me, but guards, please, quick!
There's a couple of piercing screams, sheer terror, things that I can't actually do in my existing living space without having cops called on me.
Good point.
What an explanation
You're
that would
welcome.
be.
Yes, sir. I was playing D&D with my friends, and I was impersonating what this person was doing.
Well, keep it down, son.
Oh boy.
So there seems to be kind of a hustle and bustle, kind of on your way back. You can see a couple of guards push by as you're still heading towards running over. Kind of hear a couple of bells ringing. So definitely some alerts have been sounded.
I'm gonna follow the sound.
Okay. So those of you at the tavern hear this, the bells ringing as well. It seems to be relatively nearby.
Shit. I
Ah.
grab my shit and bolt.
I follow the druid. After pulling my stuff on, of course.
Elkin's on
Okay.
mute.
Hello. I guess I go with everybody else.
All right. So you head off as well. Alrighty. So kind of in a interesting happenstance as you're heading over to the location, your team kind of meets up.
Nice.
So excited, Toblin is leading the way, bringing Norvar along as they head towards the sound. And as you round the next corner, as the bells get larger, right in front of you is your the rest of your traveling companions. So you guys continue towards the sound.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear shouts from some of the guards. Secure the area! Tape that down! Keep the people away from the scene. So there's definitely some immediacy happening as when you round that corner you do see probably about 50 feet in front of you, 50 to 100 feet, a smallish gathering of individuals from around the neighborhood, a couple of people still in their night clothes wearing kind of like the Ebenezer Scrooge style sleeping gowns, little cap.
The
night-
long caps that reach down to your hips.
Yep, and just
Oh, so night shirts and nightcaps.
so they're kind of confused and taking a look around and trying to see. Oh, my word, what is going on over here? Oh, I heard they did, and you just hear them chattering in the background, just trying to figure out what's going on. As you get closer, you can make out a perimeter that's being made. There's about 5 Crowns Guard, or Arms of Amon, if you will, keeping people away from the scene. Um, they have placed a blanket over an individual that seems to have been, unfortunately, the next victim.
I am
Hmm.
pushing my way through the crowd, making the sound of the punched horse.
Oh my god.
Good gods above.
I am. Is the bird within reach?
Are you?
I'm asking Toblin. Is he within reach of the rest of the group?
I mean, you're all together, so I mean,
Oh.
you can walk over to him.
I mean,
Unless he wants to
I was
avoid.
excitedly in front of everyone.
Toblin, no.
Oh,
I'm not
oh,
stopping.
Yeah.
Why are you calling him Toblin? You don't know his name.
Oh,
No one
Yeah,
knows
no
me.
one knows his name.
that's right.
Not yet,
Hey,
anyways.
No.
I'm not even looking at you. I'm literally just charging forward, making the punched horse sound as loud as I can.
You can
I
see
get in behind him.
that's generally kind of unnerving some of the folks in front that eagerly move out of
Sorry.
your way.
Drunk chicken. Sorry. Have the guards noticed our very peculiar bird?
Oh yes, there's one that's half got his hand on his weapon, just kind of keeping an eye over you and saying, "What's your business around here?"
You're right behind me, right?
Yes, I am.
I I grab you by the chest, like right the scruff, and I pull you forward and I point to like your waist or wherever I know you keep your little badge thing. And I just "Brah!"
Okay, just stop with the horse noises.
I do it once more. Kind of quiet. Like a
If
defeated
this
kid.
bird wasn't so useful, I'd kill him and eat him myself. Just kidding.
Brr.
Maybe.
Don't.
There's too much muscle there. It'd be too stringy.
True.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Anyways,
I pull out the medallion. I'm sorry for my oddly loud feathered friend, but I've been commissioned by your holy orders to investigate the mysterious string of gruesome deaths that you've had recently. I try to be formal without being too specific because I don't want to panic any of the townspeople.
So
I then show him the medallion. I'm like, if you want, you can find them in their monasteries and raise them at this hour. I was supposed to go to the library tomorrow morning to see if I could dig up a plan of your sewer system so I could go figure out what the hell was going on.
see, you're the freelancers we heard about from our captain.
Yes, sir.
All freelance work was purchased directly through the vendors of which you speak, but they reported it to us, so we knew what was going on.
On the
Not
other
that I'm a fan of letting some outsiders take care of our own business.
Steve.
Is that your name, little one? Steve.
Chicken.
Might as well be.
Anyone.
I nudged the bird with my boot, just like, what are you doing, man?
Alright, well, we've cased the scene. If you really want to see what happened, it's right over here. It's
Just
not
keep
pretty.
the citizens out.
I'm
We
assuming
know
that
our job.
the rest of the group has caught up to me. Or us.
Oh, yeah. yeah.
I like lean over to Norvar and I just go, Bancy bitch.
Roll a stealth check.
Thank you.
Oh, where is
Nowhere.
it? 23.
Was that the win?
The soldier just kind of looks over and says something back and misses the entirety of what you just did. Yeah, no, keep them out over there. Turns his head around and heads over and tries to keep some of the new rabble from coming out after seeing a few people head into the scene, thinking that they could do the same. So they're like, no, you get back. They need to be here. You go, leave, go back to bed. Official Amon business. So you find yourselves upon the scene. Again, sewer entrance very nearby. You're getting closer to the heart of the district. You are in Abadar's Promenade, so it seems to be not an isolated incident. Something's going on. From there, you can see, again, a body covered in a sheet, but after being kind of so far behind and now coming closer, you see a second sheet. Do you wish to investigate the area?
I do.
Question: is it bright over here or is it dark?
Torchlight. So there's a couple of torches around. There are some lanterns that are still relit now that the Crown's Guard are around.
Okay.
All right, so it's a 19 on an investigation check.
19, you say?
Jesus.
Let us start with the bodies.
We're rolling
And,
good tonight.
if I recall, nope, I am not proficient in investigation, so just a 19.
Alrighty. Well, you case around the area a little bit, starting towards the bodies, and as you get closer to what you're seeing, you notice from the entrance of the sewer heavy sets of footprints that don't look human. They are relatively large, and there's no real order to them. Like, it wasn't heading with purpose. It seems to have kind of stumbled around haphazardly.
Okay. The organism is bipedal or quadrupedal?
Bipedal.
Okay.
So it appears to be bipedal with occasional things hitting the ground. You can't tell if it's falling or if it's using its hands. But it seems most of the weight is being bipedal. Across from there, you start getting close to the bodies, and you lift up the first sheet, and you notice it's not bodies, it's body. This body has been torn in half.
Ouch.
There are claw marks, gash marks, clear evidence of mutilation to this corpse. The head is turned around backwards. The throat is exposed and bloody. That is what you see on the torso. You work your way over to the lower half that is covered by another sheet. And that seems to be almost in two pieces. The pelvis is barely holding the two legs together as it has been chewed on extensively. This definitely seems a little bit more intense than the last few bodies you've investigated. That is what you all see.
We all see that?
You're all around. You might not necessarily see all the gruesome details, but you do see it is two halves of a body.
Does it stink?
It smells, but not like a long dead corpse smell. It smells more of festering waters.
I throw up.
Good for you.
But it's not like
It's-
it's not like a cute throw up. It's like a bird regurgitating food. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yep. So you just kind of lose your dinner over in the corner. Oh, not on the scene. What are you doing? Oh, take care of that bird. What do you wish to do?
First thing I do is I turn to Torla because I'm clearly fighting it back. I mean, I've seen whale carcasses get torn into. I've seen animals fight each other on the beach. You've seen more shit like this, right?
Yeah, but usually there's at least something left behind. This looks like they tried to wipe out the body.
Whatever it is getting more violent.
I think your theory holds up.
Well then, looks like I'll have to move fast. So, we know it's in the sewers.
Yes.
It's bipedal.
Mm-hmm.
It's either a werewolf or a werebear. Probably the former.
Hmm.
We can't exactly send for a bunch of druids to help us flush it out of the sewer, though.
Or a really big monkey.
Shit.
I turn and look at you, and I just.
I look back at Noravar and I give him a look like, "Are you high?"
Have you ever been to a circus?
No. And we'd have a very interesting conversation about keeping animals in cages.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the darkness and hustle and bustle, you guys hear something.
Mm.
Splish. 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 Splish.
Like
Splish.
something's coming.
Yeah, level 5.
As you're
This is the ultimate showdown. Sorry.
I just
Oh,
got
good,
DMCA'd. Thanks.
as you're getting a little bit unnerved, you can hear obvious sounds of walking towards you from the sewer.
I turn to the nearest guard and I shout, "Get the citizens away from the sewers."
You heard him! Back up! Back up! Active crime scene! Stay in your homes, it's for your own safety.
Do I hear the splishing?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Even though you're hunched over, just kind of you can still hear it.
Between my my bird-like regurgitations, can I? Do you know if Kenkus can make sounds louder than they originally heard them?
Well, you control the volume of what you hear.
Okay, so I'm just gonna start mimicking the splashing sound, but like way loud,
Oh no.
and then so I'm gonna do like a couple splashes, like splash sounds, and then oh god. Oh.
I'm assuming I can already hear these splash sounds.
Yes, you're all clearly hearing these as it's echoing and reverberating through the sewer system as it's.
I meant the ones that.
Oh, that Toblin is doing?
Yes.
Yes, you can 100% hear him.
Okay,
He
I
is
turned to
not
Norvar.
being quiet.
Shut him up. For the sake of us all, shut him up.
No, my bird.
Norvar, enough with the noises. And you have something on your cloak.
I'm assuming that Norvar would know that if I'm mimicking a sound,
Bird.
if Norvar, I think, would know that if I'm mimicking a sound like that, it means that like it's dangerous.
Dangerous.
Yeah, basically.
So
back from the grate and form a perimeter.
It's not a great.
It's a hole.
This is a kind of manhole-esque kind of piece, but there is an opening down the stairs and underneath the bridge, as there is a access point there.
I'm going to peer down the hole with a shield in front of me, but just below my eyes.
Okay. Make a perception check with disadvantage,
Okay?
because you're a human, correct?
Half elf.
Half elf?
So I have
Shit.
dark vision.
Never mind. No disadvantage. Straight roll.
Okay. Okay, that's, let's see, do the math. 12.
As you look down with your dark vision, it's still dim light, so you can kind of see in grayscale, but you do see a figure walking towards you, kind of clutching one arm, slowly walking back. Doesn't seem like it's moving unabashedly, it's walking with purpose.
Master Druid, I think we found our problem. Come on, let's go.
All right.
So
I
as
point to
you-
one of the other guards. Rouse whatever holy men or healers you have in this city. We're probably going to need them.
are you sure about that? Kid,
I've got two
Yeah.
theories.
out of the way, out of the way. Oi! Frank! That you? Yeah. I dropped my torch. I heard a scary noise and I was just making my way back. Don't ask questions. I didn't hit the wall then have it hit me. It's not what it looks like.
Oh,
Frank,
boy.
you're a real piece of shit, you know that? Look, I get it, I'm just a rookie, but come on, man, I'm trying my best. Get your ass out of there and get back up here. Fine, if you say so. You can hear the footsteps getting a little bit louder as out comes running a King's God. Seemingly roughed up and a little bit wet around the back and pants.
Lovely.
Did you see anything down there? Anything we need to know?
Not really, just, well, they sent me down, told me I had to go look to make sure it's not still here, but there was a couple of drag marks on the wall. I could see some blood splatter, but as I was round one of the corners, I heard something weird. I've kind of freaked out and backed up, and can I confide in you?
Go ahead.
Comes like kind of closer and whispers, I think I tripped on someone's shit. I was trying to back away. I dropped my torch. Don't let the guys know. They'll never let me hear the end of it.
I pat him on the shoulder. I'm like, it happens. Trust me.
Right? Like, oh. Okay, but that's all I really saw.
You didn't see anything else?
No. I kind of made my hasty retreat, as it were, after losing my torch.
We need plans, and we need to get into that sewer.
Yes. And time is a ticking, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess we're not sleeping tonight, are we?
We might. If we hurry.
Out of character question, does anyone need to heal before we go in there?
Nope.
That's negative, Ghost Rider.
Well then, fuck, I'm gonna tell a story to myself and use Song of Reds.
I just hear you like standing above me, whispering to yourself, and you like chuckle every now and then.
Good as 6, back up 27.
Well, Norvar's just practicing for whatever kind of epic he's going to tell about this.
Sorry. Okay.
Alrighty. So that's what you guys do, kind of casing the scene a little bit and uh, helping Frank kind of dust off and meet back up with the rest of the group of Crown's Guard.
Okay.
What do you guys wish to do?
Well, we don't know where it's living down there, so we can either try to figure that out, or we need to get a map of this sewer system
Or a guide.
or a guide. Make sure that whatever holy order would deal with this kind of stuff normally is alerted, and our employers are alerted.
Mm-hmm.
Or we do this in the morning and we do it the long way, which means we're going to their archive, library, central, whatever, doing it that way.
Could be gone by then, gentlemen.
Exactly.
Is
But
it a clear
something brought
shot?
it here.
Is it a clear shot from where I'm dry heaving to the opening?
It's a little farther away. You're off closer to the walkway by where you came up upon it. So unless you went and started dry heaving over the bridge and landing into the little stream, that's up to you.
No, I'm just gonna like get up, heavy sigh, olay, and use produce flame and start walking into the sewer.
Oh boy.
Alrighty. So you start walking right in. Alrighty.
Hey, Frank. About how many paces in until you saw the blood streaks and all that shit?
Oh well, you know, it kind of went
Hard
up
to
and streaks. That's a good one. But it was probably like 50 feet in, and as it opened up into one of the separation kind of trap areas, it's kind of on one of the walls, and that's when I made my exit.
All right. Who's the most senior guard here?
Oh, that'll be me.
Could you have? I honestly don't know if there's like. It seems to be popping up in like main areas where there's a sewer grate or manhole or something. Could you post people there to at least keep an eye on it and make sure everybody stays off the street? It hasn't killed twice in my night before, but I don't want to take that risk.
I mean, you do realize that there is a lot of entrances across this massive city, right? You want us to post a person at every intersect. Not enough guards, friend. Not enough guards.
How about 100 yards square? So this whole like these 4 blocks. Can you do that? A perimeter on the surface while we go digging around.
You got that, friend, with us right here. It's the
Oh.
only entrance.
Well
The
then,
next one's about 10 blocks that way, 10 blocks that way, 10 blocks that way. Kind of points at each in different direction.
all right.
As an aside for the DM, my Sentinel Raven is doing circles like quite high up to keep an eye out for anything that seems very irregular.
Well then,
Noted.
alert the. Could you at least alert the order of healers that we've been working for, just in case? For some reason, part of me thinks that this is either somebody who doesn't have control over this and is, for some reason, looking for help before they change back, which is stupid. Or we're just going to need a lot of help before this is done.
We can try something. We'll send
Thank you.
We'll send a message, but don't expect help if you go down there to come in.
No, but we'll see you on the other side.
All right, we'll pray for you.
Thanks. We're going to need it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hopefully we come back before you guys have to change the guards at the perimeter.
We'll
Well,
stay here. We'll try and stay here for about 2 hours. If you're still in there, we'll assume you left somewhere else.
actually, if we're still in there after 2 hours, just leave a handful of guys at a smaller perimeter right on this opening here, until you can, of course, secure the body.
So we're doing right now.
All right then.
Shall we
Well-
follow the bird?
Let's follow the bird.
All right.
Toblin, did you stop walking, or did you just keep kind of walking?
I didn't stop.
Yeah. So
Can't stop, won't stop.
he's pretty much rounding the very edge before he hits the corner. Really, all you can see is the faint glow of the firelight he's produced.
I
Starting
follow him.
All right. So you guys enter into the sewer.
Echo.
Echo.
Sorry, I had to see if it works just like the cliffs.
So, as you walk through this stone, kind of gouged out, brick laid sewer, there is a puddle of filth going down the middle of this circular corridor. It's about about 6-7 feet in diameter. So a little bit spacious, kind of like a little bigger than a hobbit door, kind of round, but a little bit tilted towards the top, and kind of flat and smooth with a groove down the middle for, let's just say, the sewage to flow. As you go through, there are little grates that are meeting into the top part of the sewer, where there is kind of a trickle of continuous refuse or water. I really want to guess which.
Hmm.
The smell is starting to get a little bit rank.
I'm gonna need to get this cloak and everything else starched, cleaned. Hopefully we can find a cleaner who can get the smell out.
Hmm.
I look down at my boots. Could be worse.
They're covered.
Here's the good news for you guys. You can clean and replace those things. I have feathers.
We'll send you to the baths when we're done.
It is hard to get shit out of feathers.
That was just great.
Are we within earshot of the bird?
You guys have a little bit longer legs. You're catching up. You're only probably about 10 or 15 feet behind him at this point.
I catch up, so I'm right behind him.
Oh. Does it echo down here?
Yep.
I caw. And then I turn around and I mimic the echo sound.
I think we found him.
Uh-huh.
Kind of during this, Fiasco's, you're enjoying yourself, even though you're not really enjoying the location you're in, but trudging ahead. You come across a corridor that now has different directions. There's one that goes to the right, one that keeps going straight, and one that goes to the left.
And we're beyond the 50-foot point where he saw the blood, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
You do see a spot where the refuse a little whiles back was disturbed, and you can only assume that is where he fell, as there is stuff on the walls in that area.
Okay. Can anybody see down these corridors to see if we gotta go left or right?
I'll take a look.
And say toss a fireball down there, but I wouldn't want to light anything on fire.
True. So I take a look to the right.
I take a look to the left.
Oh yeah, good point.
I hold up the produce flame above my head and I go, "Bark!"
So, at this point, you don't really see much. Each direction kind of appears to be the same. Make an investigation check, all of you. If you don't have dark vision or a torch out, roll with disadvantage.
You said investigation?
Correct.
Okay.
That's a flat 18.
15.
9.
Nat 20 plus 2. 22.
Oh boy.
It's like he's got fucking NVGs on.
So, at this point, you guys start kind of all taking a look in your own kind of regard in different directions, and most of you really don't see much. You just kind of see more piles of sewage, some cloth, something hanging down from one of the little grates on the top where it kind of flows downhill. But as you're all looking, you kind of see Tobin tilt his head
What?
and look immediately over to his right. As his eyes are prone to identify shiny things, kind of sees a small slick on the wall. It kind of catches his attention. You kind of start getting closer to it instinctively, walking. And as you do, you kind of hold up the light, and you can see a streak of blood on the wall. So very faint, like as if it started to rub off and dissipate with the fumes and what else have you is in this air, in this humid environment. But there is some remnants of blood on that wall. It's to be mostly washed away due to the sewer grate above it that is letting in more refuse, gray water, liquids coming down. It looks like it recently had been called Gardelu in that area. Props on you if you know what I meant.
Most of it, you broke up a little bit.
You can watch it back later.
Right. Well, what do you see? Which way should we be going?
And I'll just point the way that the streak kind of goes.
Follow the bird.
Let's go.
So you guys continue to the right.
Mhm.
For anyone that is taking notes. Um,
Thank you.
you guys continue down the hallway. Again, it's still pretty bad smelling. But as you kind of round the corner, as this does kind of loop around and it's not a very straight shot kind of tunnel, you come into this area where there is a little bit of a lip. And as you kind of duck your head to avoid it and kind of step over the bottom, you walk into what seems to be a little bit more well thought out location. The stonework changes a little bit, it becomes more square. There's a raised platform to one side and a lower platform with a slight degree tilt that lets the sewage run off to where there is a pathway.
Cistern. Great. So should we take another look? Figure out which way to go?
Seems to be one way at the moment. There's no
Oh.
there's no crossroads. It's just a difference in terrain that looks like the existing tunnel might have been built before the tunnel you guys just came from.
I follow now. So, how we want to get over there? About how big's the jump?
It's not a jump. It's literally just a transition. So, like, imagine two hallways meeting, and it kind of blends into each other. But
One
you can
hallway's
clearly
painted
tell-
pink and the other one's painted salmon.
yeah, you can clearly tell one was built a little bit before the other. Maybe it was built as part of an expansion. You're not really sure. But you can tell that this was a little bit more thought out for this location. You guys are continuing to walk down there. I'm not sure how long Create Fire lasts, or if it's a
It's 10 minutes.
cantrip. 10
It's
minutes.
a 10-minute cantrip, so even if it goes out, I'll just produce it again.
Okay. So occasionally the light will flicker, and you'll see the bird just kind of go, "Arr?" kind of shake his hand, and the fire remains. You guys continue on for another 10 to 15 minutes just walking in that direction. The tunnel seems to keep swerving and turning, not really seeming like it's a straight line. You're not necessarily walking fast paced, so you're not making a ton of ground up. You're just kind of casually walking, inspecting, keeping an eye out for things. And then you do enter into a corridor where it splits. This time, instead of 3 ways, it's only 2. There's a fork.
A fork in the road.
You have the option to go left or right.
Let us investigate for traces before we continue.
Sounds good.
All right. Whoever wants to take lead on this, I'll have you roll an investigation check for. And then if someone wants to look at the other one, if you're taking the lead, let me know who.
I don't have dark vision. I look at the rest of the group.
16.
Which way did you look?
I'm looking to the left.
I'm
Left.
looking to the right. Unnatural 20.
And you're looking to the right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're kind of casing it and looking up and down and really investigating. There's a walkway now. You're not trudging through the filth. You kind of walk down a little bit and try and see if you can peek around the corner as it does slowly bend, and then appears to have a sharp turn. Not much catches your eye. Torla, on your side, you do notice that it does have a very sharp turn immediately after going down it, so you can kind of look down and don't notice too much. Nothing giving you clear signs beyond that. As you walk back to the group, Norvar,
Mhm.
you do almost catch a glistening of light that peeks through behind Torla. It's kind of weird, but maybe it's just the reflection of the water in the sewer. You're not quite sure,
Mhm.
but you head back to the group anyway.
So behind, as in behind Torla, down Torla's corridor, or behind us as a group?
Behind Torla, down towards Torla's corridor.
So, anything?
I got nothing. How about you, Master Bard?
Nothing on my end, but there seemed to be some light down your way.
Well, we can
Then I guess
try
we'll try
down
that
that corridor then.
All right.
Let's take the corridor to the left.
Alright. Same order as before.
So you start heading down the left corridor. As soon as you make that first turn, kind of walk around a bit, you see a staircase start going up and an opening to another doorway to the right, just past where that turn is. But as you look, you can see that the stairs are collapsed in, so there's no way up them. It looks to have been an old access point that seems to have since been reclaimed by the earth. Potential cave-in. Doesn't seem to be any way up. But there does appear to be torch sconces along this corridor. And you notice that there's no particular refuse kind of way. There's no lower platform in this area as you look towards that doorway. How do you wish to proceed?
So there's only one way to go, right? Because we can't go up the stairs.
So you can't go up the stairs. There's that doorway to the left, or to the right of it, that seems to be open and has, like a torch sconce available for it. Not lit, of course, but that's what you see. There's just no way up.
Is there a torch readily available in it?
No.
Okay.
What you do notice is a little bit of cobwebs. Seem to be agitated, but they're still around.
I suggest we push forward.
All right then.
So you guys continue on through that doorway. It is another right turn once you make it, whoever's taking notes, into a doorway. As you walk through, the room becomes quite cavernous.
You said it was a right?
Yep, it is a right. So, there's a right, a left, and then a right. That's what you've done so far.
Yep.
Inside this cavern, there appears to be crypts, little either family or some kind of lesser known areas where some of the dead have been buried.
You just said crypts or crypts?
Crypts.
So are people like walking around with their pants way down low?
Oh, good grief.
Come on, dude.
Yep. And walks down his pants down low, walks right up to you, and you get shanked.
And then he goes, "I'm the werewolf, bitch."
You can't call my area, bitch.
Oh boy.
Anyways, so there are a few different shelves or layers where there seems to be entombed bodies. There are kind of in shambles hallways. It looks like it might have been ornate at one point, but there are cobwebs everywhere. It seems to be a long forgotten relic deep inside of these sewers. There's hallways to your right, to your left, in front. It seems to spread out quite a bit and move around. What would you guys like to do?
Can I do an investigation to see if I can tell, like, if any of the cobwebs were disturbed?
Sure. Make an investigation check.
10.
10? I mean, you kind of walk around and you can see some of them are still free flowing and moving, and nothing catches your eye right away.
Okay.
I'm going to use another use of divine sense.
Okay.
If I stand in the middle of the room, this goes out 60 feet, and I can detect whether something. Hold on. Consulting the book. Know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you that's not behind total cover. Or that are consecrated. So I'm going to do that.
What was the last thing you kind of cut out?
I can detect the presence of celestials, fiends, or undead, or find out if something is desecrated or hallowed.
Okay. So you don't get the sense of much around you.
Okay.
Your sense does kind of pick off a few essences of undead around, but they're very faint and it doesn't seem to be a threat.
Seems like something's down here, but it doesn't seem to be harmful to us. We still need to figure out which way we're going, gentlemen.
Is there anything the rest of you would like to do?
I mean, I don't have many ideas.
Okay. Well, I know we're at the 9:30 mark. Do we want to hold off here and rejoin as we find ourselves in a labyrinth in the sewers?
That sounds like a good spot.
Sure.
Kind of like, what in the fuck?
So
So we are lost in the ancient crypt.
yeah. How long does divine sense last, by the way?
Let's see. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect stuff. So I think it's like a pulse.
Okay, so just like a poof,
Yeah.
and you can kind of sense it.
Because
Okay.
I had 4, now I'm down to 3, and I originally had 5.
I'm gonna ask you guys to actually no. What's your perception? Everyone's passive perception.
14.
10.
11.
11.
10.
Okay.
13.
So Those of
Jake.
you that have 13 or higher, you kind of hear off. Whispers kind of flood the area around you. It sounds like it's getting
near us that could be lit.
no torches. The only light is emanating from yourself.
And my
You
producer.
start. You just start hearing. It's the best I can do with what I have for noises.
Those sound like some rattly bones.
Glad it came across that way, because that's exactly what you hear. You hear the rattling of bones and a chain dragging, and you just see a hand reach around the corner. It is a bony hand, and that's one tonight's session.
Perfect. After 3 sessions, let's finally attack something.
And we're still not
Yeah.
level 5.
We haven't attacked anything.
I know!
And like, we haven't hit anything in 5 weeks.
I am now realizing that perhaps the hypothesis that this was wolves may have been completely and totally off base.
Still, if it's
I'm keeping my mouth. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. You will get nothing from me.
Tickle him.
Oh, I accept that challenge.
I accept this challenge, but DM, I have a question for you.
I
did
might
not
have an answer.
refer at any of those previous crime scenes, according to what I remember and the few scribbles I have. Am I correct?
You didn't find what?
Fur.
Correct.
Hair. Gentlemen, a skeletal werewolf.
That's the
That'd be
dumbest thing I've ever heard.
If it proves to be true, who
I can't
cares?
even say that sentence. And I said that sentence.
What is that? Is that a picture of a microphone?
That is my current point of view. I am laying on the floor, under my desk.
Ah,
And that is
nice.
my microphone.
Alright, well, next time on Dragon Ball Z?
I was gonna say Dragon Ball Z.
It's Dungeons in Discord, bud.
Okay. Next time on Dungeons in Discord.
Will our heroes survive? Is the big question to ask.
One of these days we have to do a Top Gear style intro. Tonight.
That'd be awesome.
The
British
bird
or
sounds like a
American?
horse. Hawkins stands silently and menacingly in the background.
Will it be British or American?
Well, he sounds like a 1920s radio announcer.
It's like we're coming back from an episode of Korra.
back here! Hey, see, the young Avatar. Why don't I?
Our druid
He
can
got away with the
try to be
fires.
overly formal, but puts his foot in his mouth. Noravar attempts to steal something, but winds up wandering through a tunnel of shit with the rest of the party.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna frickin' get this ring, dude.
Bud,
Well, here's an idea.
if we
And
get the
our
forgery
DM
kit, we'll be
wonders
okay.
What the hell we are all doing?
Good night, YouTube. Thanks for stopping by. If you did, we love you, and we will see you next week? Question mark at the same time, maybe
Yes.
earlier.
Earlier,
Blue Sports.
but I am 100% planning for next week.
Okay.
That's a golden thumbs up from me, boys, and anyone joining that might be of the female variety.
7:30 Thursday. Be there or miss out on us actually hitting things with the stuff that we can hit them with.
Yep.
Action.
Yay.
Finally decided to do things instead of reading books.
I know. The second he was like, "Well, we can go back and find books," I was like, "Nope."
You can go back and find the map, or we can just yeet.
Yeet.
I chose the yeet because I couldn't do another session without hitting something. Starting to get restless.
Yeah, I rolled pretty badly for that poor man. I rolled a natural 1
For
on for Frank.
Oh, boy.
That's why he made a commotion, and he literally was just inspecting, trying to make sure nothing was still there. The poor guy tripped and fell because I rolled a natural 1.
Terrible.
well, I enjoyed that. I actually finally got to use my deception, which is my highest proficiency.
Impressive.
I was so ready. The second you were like, "Oh hey, there are guards around," I was like, "I'm probably gonna have to do something stupid to get us out of this." Lo and behold, I pretend to be drunk and lost
I don't know where to ask for a forgery kit.
in the shady parts of town.
Just go down the shady parts and be like, hey.
We just go into a dark corner. Hello.
It's just any dark corner.
That's what I did. Remember?
Well, here's an idea for your problem, Lorvar. Counterfeit.
No.
And on that note,
Of course. You want to do it the hard
boys.
way.
good night, YouTube. See you next week.